What's going on, everyone? Bass here. Happy Friday to everyone. So a couple days ago, I made a video basically explaining why Sammy Watkins would be a roster lock on this team come September, after both Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers gave him praise, and both saying they expect to have Sammy Watkins have a lot of opportunities for this upcoming year. And because of all that, I do believe Sammy Watkins will be a big contributor in this offense during the season. So today I wanted to go over some Sammy Watkins film I have from last year when he was on the Baltimore Ravens, go over it, break it down, and then also how he could be utilized on the Green Bay Packers. Last year in Baltimore, Watkins played in 13 total games, starting 9 of them, and only took 36.9% of the total offensive snaps for the Ravens, and that's the least amount of total snaps he's had since 2016. And even Matt LaFleur said this in his presser a couple days ago, that Sammy Watkins has kind of lacked opportunity over the past few years, injury included. Injury's always kind of been an issue with Sammy Watkins, only playing in a full season once his rookie year in 2014, and playing in 37 out of the 49 games the last 3 seasons as well. But last year was his lowest number of targets, receptions, yards, and touchdowns, even though last year was tied for third for his most games played in a year. So in that sense, he really did lack opportunity. Can Watkins turn it around with Green Bay and with Aaron Rodgers? I mean, we'll find out, but nonetheless, let's get into the film. All right, so bring it up on the screen here, and again, I'm using NFL Game Pass, so sometimes this play button in the middle will be showing. Nothing I can do about it, honestly. Sammy Watkins here is in the offset outside position. He's going to be running a, I think, 3-step dig here. Yeah, and this is like textbook dig route here. This is perfect. This is perfect execution. The cornerback's outside shade, so what he does is he basically restacks on him, attacks his outside leverage, and then basically swipes underneath. And it's an easy catch for Sammy. I mean, the ball could be thrown on that break a lot sooner, but I love seeing this because this is advanced route running techniques, and a lot of receivers don't do this. They'd see outside shade and they'd just leak inside and try to break in, and the cornerback would be over it all day. The cornerback's trying to cover the outside. He's giving you the inside for a reason. So what you do is you threaten vertical, which Sammy does really well here. That cornerback is flipped on vertical, and before he even cuts, you know, this cornerback's thinking vertical. He's going to the outside of him. He's got help over top. He's okay with that. But then Sammy swipes underneath, and he's open for that easy gain. Wonderful route there. And here's the same thing, but in a slant format. This cornerback's inside shade, taking away your inside. So if you just try to bust it at him and run a slant, he's going to be all over you, and you are not going to get open. So what you do in this situation is you attack the outside. You sell vertical and then come underneath and break on that slant after the cornerback flips his hips. And that's exactly what he does. I mean, that's perfect execution of a slant against a cornerback running inside shade, because the cornerback has safety help. You know, if it's a go route, he knows he has safety. He wants to stop a slant. He wants to stop a dig. So Sammy does perfect execution to still get open on a slant by attacking the outside of this cornerback, cutting inside, gives him a lot of room there. Easy gain for that too. Again, so far what I've seen, really do like his route running prowess. I feel like he is a very, very good route runner. Everything I've seen from him is pretty textbook, so I'm really excited about that. And here's a quick out route by Sammy Watkins at the top of the screen. I believe it's against Patrick Surtain. Again, his release is very good. It seems like he gets a lot of press coverage, and he has a very good release package. He knows exactly what to do. He has a quick 2-step release, and then he basically gets the outside of Surtain there after a jab inside. He's outside of Surtain right here, sells vertical. As you see, dips down a little bit. Like Surtain at that point is thinking vertical, and he takes a really quick 1-step out route there. And he even breaks the tackle and gets upfield again. So again, as I said, his route running ability, what I've seen, very, very good. His release package, very, very good. Just makes up for his lack of, you know, insane speed with his route running ability. So here's a play where Sammy Watkins is in the slot here, and basically he's going to be running a deep crosser post. Raiders, for some reason, have a linebacker manned up on him, and I believe Lamar sees that issue, that mismatch. Throws a really nice ball, and Sammy does a very good job of getting under this ball. I mean, he has to completely look straight up in the air, catch it over the shoulder. Those are hard catches sometimes. Very good job cracking this ball down and securing the catch, and almost scores there, gets tackled there at the 8-yard line. But overall, I mean, it is a mismatch against a linebacker, but nonetheless, that's a tough catch to make. So really impressed by that grab there. All right, so on this play, Sammy Watkins is going to be at the top of the screen. He's going to be running a go route. He doesn't run this a lot. He's more of an intermediate short type of guy, quick routes and all that, but he does run a go here, and he does a really good job at it. It's not a greatly thrown ball, but he gets a really nice release and separation at the beginning of the route. His lack of top end speed definitely hurt him at the top there, and that's likely why they don't use him in go routes a ton. He's not really that deep threat wide receiver, but his release package and his break off the line is good all the time. He's a very good route runner, like I said. He does exactly what he needs to here. Gets his quick release package, breaks outside, and gets vertical. If he had more top end speed and this is a good throw, that's probably a touchdown. I mean, even if it's Aaron Rodgers, I think he puts that in a place where Sammy could at least get his hands on it. Who knows if he'd grab that, but nonetheless, he doesn't run a lot of vertical routes. The Ravens, whether or not that's with their scheme or whatnot, I only watched film from the Ravens last year. But he can. He can if you need him to, based off his release package and all that, and his route running. He can definitely do it. It's just he's more of an intermediate, like I said, intermediate to short kind of guy. All right, so here's another deep route. It's a deep post. Sammy Watkins at the top of the screen. His cornerback's in man coverage, and this is a bad throw, but Sammy runs this route, again, textbook. Right off the break, Sammy Watkins is going to go outside of that corner, sell vertical, and it flips the cornerback completely around. Once he sells that vertical to the outside, the cornerback's flipped right there. He cuts back inside and breaks towards this in between the safety. And if this is a good throw, it's thrown way too outside. If this is thrown a little bit more inside and led to the back of the end zone, that's a touchdown. But I kind of just wanted to show you guys the post and how he attacked that cornerback in man coverage, basically to sell outside, sell vertical, break back inside to gain separation. And like I said, if that's Aaron Rodgers, we're likely looking at a touchdown there. So again, textbook route running by Sammy Watkins here. Really, really nice post route here. So for this play, Sammy's just going to run a crosser. Although it's nothing impressive, I just wanted to show this because they do run this a lot against zone. The Ravens did with Sammy, just kind of coming across the field, underneath zones, catching the ball, and he actually does a good job getting a lot of yak here. But the Packers used to do things like this a lot with MVS. So obviously they could do it with Christian Watson and all those other receivers, but Sammy Watkins did it a lot last year with Baltimore. So certainly something we'll probably see from Sammy, just real easy crosser routes. He's going to be more, like I said, of that short to intermediate possession guy, but he can definitely do things like this, and you still see his yak ability and his ability to catch the ball, get upfield, and create more yards after the catch here. All right, so for this one, Sammy Watkins is at the bottom of the screen. The cornerback's in cover 3 zone. Sammy Watkins is going to kind of run a deep stop / dig. Really good job here, keeping his pad level the same height all the way up until the break. It's another bad throw. I mean, he's wide open. But like I said, a really good job, and even stops on it and tries to come back outside and back towards the ball. But it's just, like I said, a horribly thrown ball. I think it might be Huntley at this point. Got his arm hit when he was driving up in that pocket. But again, like I said, he didn't dictate his break until he's already through it, so really good job there. A lot of good separation. The quarterback is in cover 3, but at the same time, he's open. That should be an easy catch, an easy gain. Good job on that deep stop route there. So here's going to be a post route for Sammy at the top of the screen. The cornerback's in off zone. And again, textbook. Sammy Watkins does a great job here attacking the outside of this, restacking. As you see, he's restacking on the cornerback. He's going to attack his outside hip and break underneath and get an easy gain here. I mean, I'm not lying, guys. Everything I've seen from him in route running department, I know it sounds like a broken record, and I've said it multiple times, but it is textbook. He kind of does everything you would want as a wide receiver coach for him to do in terms of what coverage he's seeing, whether that be off man, off zone, press man. He kind of does it all well. And again, I didn't watch every single snap from him, but I watched a lot of them. And he's consistent with this. He knows what he's doing. He knows the situations. His football IQ is very high. And like I said, he's a good route runner, and that's an easy catch there. He gains a lot of separation just based off of, getting outside of that corner, selling vertical, and then breaking underneath. It's an easy catch. It's an easy gain. Great job there as well. All right, so for the last clip, Sammy Watkins is at the bottom of the screen. This cornerback's in press man. And what I showed you before when Sammy Watkins ran a slant, what did he do? Jabbed inside, went back outside, attacked the outside of that cornerback, swiped underneath. In this, he's going to do exactly that, but then turn it into a zig route, and he's going to break wide open. So this is a great showcase of, okay, this cornerback watched my film. He knows if I run a slant, I'm going to attack your outside and swipe underneath. And the cornerback thinks he has this. Oh, okay, I see what he's doing. He wants a slant and tries to bite that slant after this. No, it does not work. You'll see it here. Jab outside, cut inside, back to a zig, and he is wide open. Ball should be thrown a lot sooner off that break. But as you see, that cornerback right there, he thought he had him dead to rights, but Sammy Watkins had a zig route set up, and he had the route set up exactly like his slant. And that's what really good wide receivers do. They set certain things up for the future, such as a zig route like this or a double move, and it works. And Sammy Watkins did exactly that here. Well ran route. All right, so that's all I have for the film. I'm going to go over a few bullet points. There was a lot more clips I watched. I just picked a handful that really showcased his route running ability. They use him a lot on deep stop routes, mainly an outside guy. He played some slot, but I don't see that happening in Green Bay unless it's like a big slot situation. But they have Allen Lazard for that. They have Randall Cobb and Mark Rodgers, all slot guys that can do that. So I see him more as that outside possession type wide receiver, quick curls, out routes, crossing routes versus zone, intermediate, middle of the field type of guy, not really used in that deep game. You're not going to have him on a go route, which he can do, but you're going to use Christian Watson for that. You're not really going to have him as a deep threat receiver because he's not that. He like I said, he can do it, but he's more of that intermediate short guy, route runner, possession guy. I didn't think I saw a single screen thrown to him, which is interesting. I don't know if it's just Baltimore's scheme. I would assume Green Bay will run some screens with him. And as I said, great route running technique, absolute textbook, amazing technique. Almost perfect, honestly. It's actually quite impressive to see. There's a reason he was a first-round draft choice. I mean, his route running is phenomenal, and he's obviously drafted in 2014, so he's been in the league for, 8 years or 7 years. So he does slow down a little bit, but he still has that football IQ, which is great. He makes up for his lack of speed with his footwork and route running ability. Now, I didn't show him, but he did drop a decent amount of passes, some real easy ones. A 5-yard curl, a 7-yard out, where it hits him right in the hand. Some were bad throws, a little high, but regardless, they're hitting him in the hand. So he definitely needs to clean that up. Drops some easy balls, but that happens from time to time. Got to clean that up. He also didn't really have great quarterback play all the time. He had between Lamar and Huntley. And we all know Lamar is not the most accurate quarterback. And I showed you some plays where it's like, if that's Aaron Rodgers, that's a completion, that's a touchdown, And I think he still has it. And at the end of the day, I think Sammy Watkins still has it. From what I've seen, he still looks like an elite route runner. Like I said, I just think he needs to shore up his hands and, more importantly, stay healthy. I do think Sammy can be a very solid number 2 in this Packers offense and someone Aaron Rodgers can trust to get open in 1v1 situations. But I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Are you impressed with what you see with Sammy Watkins and the little bit of film I showed you guys? Just leave that down in the comments below. And I also just made a Packers Discord chat, so I'm going to put that link down in the description, so go join that. And of course, if you are new here and want more Packers news, analysis, and updates almost every day, and you did like this sort of video, consider go down, clicking the subscribe button, and also leaving a like on the video to support my channel. But that about does it for this one. Catch you on the next one. As always, go Pack Go.